My name is Jessica Anderson, and I'm 30 years old, and I came to Kids Kottage 23 years ago when I was 7 years old. I've been to Kids Kottage 3 times. It has made a great impact on my life. Basically being a parent, pretty much, at 7. Being very independent. I walked myself to school, from school. I had my own key to the apartment. At the time, I was naive to a lot of things, but I did know inherently that if an adult found out that my adult parent was not doing what she was supposed to do, she'd get in trouble. It was rough. Whenever my mom did have a job and she wasn't depending on the government, it was usually a restaurant job, and she'd bring home food from the bar, poutine or a burger, and we'd just share it, all of us together. So, looking back as an adult to that, it's very scary. So my life at that time was hard. A close family member, actually, during that time, had done something very horrible to me at that age. And because of that, my family fell apart. And so my mom went into a deep spiral because to her, that person was very important to her. And what that did to our family is it broke it apart and made it very, very hard for everybody to kind of be able to be together. So she had no support systems, and I had gone through that, and literally a month afterwards was my first time coming to Kids Kottage. I remember it was a couple of nights, and the main reason was because at that time my mom was struggling with drug habit, and she was not really making the right steps in her life to be a proper parent. Because I had gone through something very severe, to me it was very scary, and everything blew up in my life. So for me it was like, why can't you step up here right now? Why am I doing even more now? Why are you, asleep all day and unable to do the necessary things to take care of us? So I think that time away was a good time for her to either to just do what she needed to do for herself, or maybe catch up on something. It doesn't just have all the nice feelings when you're there. It's it makes you feel like there's something more than just maybe what your circumstances are. So it gives you kind of hope. It made me believe that there was definitely what I assumed, which was a much better way of living. I saw other people living the way they lived, and friends of mine, if I went to their places, and I knew where I was at in the societal structure of what your circumstances are, and I knew I was not where I'd want to be. And so, the different things, it's not just Kids Kottage, but definitely a big part of it, but it's also friends' places, or dads and moms picking up kids at school, and the excitement that they get, and they're going to hockey practice and stuff like this. We didn't have that stuff. We didn't have opportunities, so we kind of had to make our own. The reason Kids Kottage is important as a whole would be because kids need it. Kids that are going through rough times need that time. They need that break. The way it's wholesome as well and safe, I think that's the perfect place. My life would definitely be different if I didn't come to the Kids Kottage, because I would have not had that break from, I guess you would say, the reality of that day and age and what circumstances we had. So for me, it was everything. I remembered it all through my life. It's written in my book. Because of Kids Kottage, I got hope, and that hope has stayed with me throughout the whole process. And because of that, I will always cherish the moments that I had here.